So today was one of those days. I woke up, I could feel it immediately. Today is not gonna be my day. We all have those occasionally. And to the extent that we can orchestrate our lives and optimize our habits and all that, we can really avoid a lot of those bad days, right? But we can't completely avoid it. So the question then becomes, what do we do when we encounter those days? And I think life is really just consisting of good and bad days, right? So if you can transform the bad days into good days, or even better, you transform the bad days into great days, you will have a much better life. So today I woke up, right? And I felt that. I felt it's not gonna be my day. And as all self-fulfilling prophecies goes, you're gonna start seeing the proof of that. So even the first hour, I got into some business problems and everything was going south, basically. And I said, okay, it's time to do what I do when this happens to me. So I snapped myself out of it. It doesn't feel natural to do it because it feels like my instinct and my impulse is just to go harder at the problem, to fix it, to grind and hustle, right? Never give up, all that. And there's times to do that, of course, but when you need your cognitive bandwidth and abilities, doesn't really work that way, does it? Studies have found that even by thinking you're gonna have a bad day, you actually release more cortisol in your brain, which decreases blood flow and your prefrontal cortex is not operating as efficiently and all that. So I snapped myself out of it. So what did I do today? I just went for a walk here by the beach. Gonna go for a swim as well. Here with my doggos. Pablo, say hi. And it's been like 5 minutes since I came here and I'm already feeling much better. All that anger that I built up inside of me is gone now. And it's gonna be way easier for me to come back and fix the problem with this state. And that's really something that I use for a lot of things in life. I try to operate by this principle that always fix your state first before you attempt to fix any big problem, or before you jump into a serious conversation with someone, or before you're gonna go into a sales call. Just fix your state first, because people are gonna feel your state. And I mean, sure, you can go hard at it and just try to fake it, but at the end of the day, your energy doesn't lie. And there's a big risk that if you operate in a bad state and you try to fix the problems with, that energy, then you might cause some damage, right? Like, I don't know, I used to, when I was a teenager, I used to just bang my keyboard when I would encounter problems. Luckily, I don't do that anymore, but I don't know, maybe you scream at your employees or you're saying stuff or making decisions that weren't really right. So it's always better to ground yourself, center yourself, take yourself to a point where you can make the right decisions. So yeah, that's just some thoughts for today. Wanted to make this video because it makes a big difference for me to just snap myself out of it instead of spiraling down and have the entire day go bad. Instead, you catch yourself when you see those signs in the morning and you take yourself out of it and you disrupt the pattern. So instead of being a slave to your environment and letting, all these circumstances dictate you around, you are actually controlling your day. You're controlling your emotional state. So let me know in the comments what you think. What do you do when you have a bad day?